guys, it is Tristan with Nerdets Newsstand, and we are back for another Bad Ideas, and today we are actually going to dig back into Webtoons, but we are going to talk about the new series that was just released from DC Comics, Vixen NYC, and there are going to be, we had Wayne Family Adventures, they're also doing a Zatanna one, and one more. What's the other one?
I didn't remember the Zatanna one. I'd completely forgot about it.
I know they're doing one more too. I'll think of it.
It's got to be an underused character, right?
Yes, and it what? Wait, I don't remember. I'll look it up. But how are you this morning, Bianca?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am good. I'm excited to talk about. I actually didn't know this came out until I was streaming, and Fun Kids and Skits had said that it was out, and I'm like, wait, really? How did I miss that? And Red Hood Outlaws, Red Hood. That's the last one.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh,
I can't wait some
for
Artemis. Can you imagine Artemis in this art style? I'm just saying. It's going to be beautiful. But yeah, I didn't know this was out, and I finally got a chance to read it, and it's honestly, I love Mary as a character. She's very much so underutilized. This felt a little bit like Mari.
Makabe.
Again, going back to I'm the whitest person ever. This is why I need you around.
Well, every time they talked about her, every time they pronounced her name in like shows and cartoons and all that stuff, they always pronounced it Mari. So for me, I would have pronounced it Mary.
See, that's my problem is I need to you've seen a lot more of those the animated stuff as far as shows than I have.
Because I love Vixen.
I know. And I'm just going off of what I've read. So see, you definitely keep me on my toes. But I love this. First off, I'm gonna say that right away. I love this. I thought it was a really we had the G. Willow Wilson 6 issue, I believe it was, a while back. I don't know. This could end up being better.
I mean, this is definitely going to have a lot more issues than just 6. So it's going to be a lot more expanded. The story is different, but it's not like CW terrible different.
Right.
Because I saw a lot of people in like the Webtoon comic section like, oh my gosh, you should watch the animated movie. And I'm like, the animated movie is terrible. What do you mean? And they're like, it's so wholesome. And I'm like, what's so wholesome? Season 1, boom, she has a sister. It's evil. Season 2, boom, she dies in the end.
Oh my god.
And I didn't feel nothing towards that character at all. I'm just like, okay, you didn't give me enough time to freaking care about her. I cared about that they were sisters because I am a sibling. But I didn't really care that she freaking died because they're like, oh man, she died. It's not like they gave her a burial or something.
So where did your love for Vixen come from?
Very interesting. I think when I was younger, I was searching up heroes with like animal powers besides Beast Boy. I wanted to know more people besides Beast Boy, and that's when Vixen showed up, and I said, oh, like, okay, so she's like Beast Boy except she doesn't change. And so I was like, okay, so what she got? And I'm like, oh, one trade paperback issue. I'm like, okay. So it took me a few years money wise so I finally got that, and then I realized that I've been actually seeing her throughout my life. Like first starting with the Justice League cartoon, and then the Brave and the Bold cartoon, and then I believe there was a short with her, like a DC short or something like that. And then I
should know, but I don't.
And then the CW one I just completely hated. The live action version of her wasn't as bad writing wise, but for the animated movie I'm just like, why would you do her like this? And so like there were some people in the Webtoon comment section asking questions about the Vixen character, and I'm like, okay, I can answer this. And so for this one in the Webtoon, she has a parents, a mom and a dad, and the comics, she also has a mom and a dad. They did, I believe they only showed the mother though. I believe that was her mom. I don't think it was a grandma, just an older looking mother. Um, I remember her getting injured. I don't remember if she died though. I don't think she died. And then in the CW, she is adopted. And that and then they would, the dialogue they will put in there, they put in like a flashback. She's a little kid and she's crying, and she's I don't remember if she was talking to her adopted mother who has passed away or her adopted father, but she was crying and she's like, oh my gosh, all the kids were saying my mom was a junkie. What's a junkie?
Oh
And
my
I'm
god.
just like, why would you put that there? I don't
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
So she her
'Cause
adopted
it's a CW.
parents, yeah, one of her adopted mom was white, adopted dad is black. So the mom passed away, and then they changed her career. So which I'm really happy that in this webtoon, they're keeping her with the modeling. I'm
I
like,
love that.
yes, she is a model. She's a supermodel. She's so beautiful. Anything she wears, beautiful. You want it, you know. In the CW, they changed her from a model, a supermodel, to a fashion designer. And I'm like, that's freaking boring. She's
Right.
beautiful. Why would you change that, you know? I didn't mind her hairstyle because she has some of that kind of hairstyle before. And then they try, it wasn't, the person's called it wholesome. I'm like, I didn't find the show to be wholesome. I find it they were trying to be too edgy because there was a dialogue where she was trying to get a job. She was talking to her father of how the job went. And I didn't understand it because I was pretty young.
Right.
So she was like, yeah, I was at this job interview and the guy offered me I give him a job.
Oh
And
my god.
so I stabbed him with a pen. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
and I'm like, what do you mean? You're in the interview. Why would that happen? Like, he's offering you the job.
Oh
Not
my
knowing
god,
what
you're
that meant.
Aw.
And so I got older and I'm like, oh shoot. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, wait a minute, why would you put that there? They try to make it seem like she's this you know, tough, edgy, independent girl who can like fight for herself and all that stuff. And I'm like, that dialogue didn't need to be there. It
Right,
didn't need to be there. You
exactly.
didn't have to put it in this it's not feminism, okay? It's not feminism, it's not womanism. It's pandering really bad. It's very lazy
Yes.
writing. And that's when, you know, her first live action appearance in the CW, and, you know, she's fighting a guy, but you don't see her yet. And it's the thug. He's like, come and fight me like a man. And she's like, how about I kick your butt like a woman instead? And I'm like, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I seen the scenes from when we were talking about Vixen before for Black History Month. I was going through a couple of the scenes for background, and I seen one from the CW where she was talking to a dinosaur. That was really sweet. I thought that was really sweet, like the way that they did that. But as far as the other stuff, yeah,
Oh,
I
wait, that
don't
was her
know.
grandmother, yeah. Or great
Wait,
grandma? Something like that.
I said a dinosaur and you thought grandma?
No. That's a different Vixen. That's what I meant. That's not Mari Makabe. That's like her great grandmother or something like that.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, we know what you think about old people. Goodness.
No. I'm sorry.
Well, I had just seen a scene, so I didn't know. I'm like, oh, this is cute. Like, this is really well done. The amulet looks really good. But I was just looking for background for editing. So I'm like, okay, all right.
Not funny enough, I actually like how the grandmother, whatever lady, is written compared to how Mari Makabe's Vixen is written in the CW. There is some parts where her writing in the CW has gotten better, but
Mhm.
for her like grandma, great grandma, or whatever, she had just had good writing on the spot.
I think is that did they recast and that's why they went with that?
No, they like went back in time or something like
Ah,
that, and then
okay.
they grabbed
Okay.
her. I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Yeah. Is that on the Legends of Tomorrow? Is that what it was? I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I love Vixen. I definitely think you love her more. That's fair. And like, whenever I think of Vixen, I think instantly of you. But this book, okay, let's talk about the art first because I am newer to Webtoons than you, and I am so impressed. Like, it's not just the art. There was one page that had the light shining in, and it was like almost like, I don't even know, like it was luminescence. Like it was beautiful. It's not just the art, it's the coloring. It's the way I love the little when they go to the little chibi characters too. It's so freaking
Yes.
cute. I still love that. But the art in this was so good. And if you're looking at the even like the design of the villain in this is very up to date, but still kind of like it's amazing. I love the art in this. I'll have to look who the artist is, but they did such a good job at making Mary's design incorporate her colors but still be young enough. They did such a good job of like even with Karen, like she just looks like the nerdy girl. Like her design is really well done, but there's hints, right?
Hmm.
Like there's hints of who she is. Same with like obviously we know they're Beast Boy, right? Like
Yes.
the biggest hint is that he's green. Just saying.
I'm like trying to be sure. Is this like a color error, or is there another green person around? And like, is there another DC person who's like freaking green? I'm like, no, this gotta be Beast Boy. This gotta be Beast Boy, and he's in college. He's so tall. I love the claws. I love the way his hair is. I love his outfit. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, they're the same age. Probably they're gonna maybe form a team. So in this one, they're different. Mari Makabe is a different age than Batman. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have an age
Oh
difference,
yes,
but
I
the
forgot
age
about
difference
that.
is really big. That
Yeah,
he's
oh
already a
yeah.
Justice League, not a Justice League. That he's already his own superhero at like 30s or whatever, and she's like probably gonna be in her 20s soon.
I love the cameos. Like, not even cameos, they are straight up characters in the story, but they incorporate so many of them. That scene with Batman where she's like almost smitten is so fucking cute. And then I noticed a little bit later in that episode when she's in college or when she's in class, if you notice and you look at her little notebook, she's got little doodles of them. It's fucking adorable.
Oh, I get us. That's in the later chapters, right?
Yeah, she's sitting there in class and she's got doodles of them on there. Like, I love the way that they are. Like, a lot of times in main books, like, you'll get, maybe one cameo or a crossover or something like this. But this is straight up using a bunch of characters right from the bat. Like, right from the bat, we know we have Bumblebee, we have Vixen, we have Beast Boy. Um, Later on, we have some more characters. I mean, maybe you'll see some Black Lightning characters, just saying. And characters that are totally underutilized in the main continuity. Like I fucking love this. This is what DC needs. They need to bring some of these people over under their main titles. Like this compared to, I know it's not really comparable, but something along the same age line like Teen Titans Academy is leagues of ahead of it. Like it's really really good. And it sets up the idea of her like I had to go back and look because at first I thought she was from New York, then it didn't make sense. I realized that she was from North Carolina and then went on vacation and then went to New York. So I was confused at the beginning initially, but once I realized what was going on, it looks like we're going to even maybe like get some more like we've got Karen. There's very likely we're going to get Mal and get some, like Mal Duncan. Like they're bringing in these 80s characters like the villains from I don't like fucking 1972 or something. It's crazy.
Oh wait, so he is a pre-established character?
Mustafa, the guy that they name, not the so the main guy that we've seen is working for someone else and they name drop him. It's Mustafa Muskai. Yes,
Oh.
he is. But it's like a deep cut. Like, I'm not kidding. He's probably from I don't know exactly. Probably the 80s. That's my best guess. I don't know that he's been used in any sort of fashion to a great degree.
Oh, I should probably say this. So just in case anybody asks, Mari's name is Mari Makabe, but her grandmother, so it is her grandmother, her last name is Jiwei. And in this comic, they're using the Jiwei instead of Makabe. So I guess they want to keep the lineage.
I don't know if this ruins anything, but in the the Mustafa, he's actually the uncle of Mary in the comics. So I don't think that's gonna ruin anything, but there is a connection there, right? From their country. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. That poor kid. Like,
Sai?
obvious yes. Obviously he knew he was doing wrong, but you're like stuck between a rock and a hard place. You either choose your family back home or these girls right in front of you.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. I was so confused at first because I'm like, this guy is part of your village? And then he's like, no. He's like, if you want to keep your village safe, you'll do what I say. And I'm like, oh, he's not part of your village. Okay. He just took over your village.
Yes. Fucking colonialism, God. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like at first I thought they were going for maybe like trafficking, but then I realized what they were going for and how they got. Oh wait, that's in chapter 4. Never mind. Mind you, we just for this video we're just covering the first 3 chapters.
I
But
already
I
read
was
the fourth one.
you okay? Well, then I can say that. Then I can totally say this. How they got Anissa is beyond me. Like she has she has lightning powers, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yes, I know she does.
She should. She comes from like a lightning family.
Mm. Well, one of the girls have lightning powers, and one is Thunder, who can be on fire or something. I'm not. I need to be more well versed in the Black Adam family, or
You said Black Adam.
I know, Black Lightning family. See, it's too early. Okay, it's really not that early, but anyways, how do they justify being able to get her unless they just caught her off guard and knocked her out and that was it? Like. She was in there. She's entrapped in the cage, and they don't even have like a power dampener on her or anything. Like they're totally fucked.
Well, I'm pretty sure they probably don't know. They're just getting random girls, right?
Yeah, they're just targeting young Black women.
So I'm like, they're so focused on the totem. They're like, any other powers? Nah.
Wait, so you looked at 4, so you saw Grace?
Yes.
What did you think?
Oh, she looks great. The only problem I have with the art is that sometimes, depending on the person, the lips will look weird.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Like when you first see Bruce Wayne and Karen's looking at the news, she's like, "Oh my gosh, Bruce Wayne is gonna host FNL."
I love it.
And his lips look weird. But then when you see Batman, I'm like, okay, thank God his lips look normal. For Grace Choi, because she's like very big, her lips have to be a little bit bigger. And so that's when they kind of look weird, depending on what angle she is. And then sometimes it looks a lot better or a lot normal in other angles.
I didn't notice the lips thing, but I love Grace's design. I think she looks like
the tattoos are cool.
I know. You can do muscular women. This is how you do it. Like nothing about her screams like crazy outrage. You know what I mean? Like where people would get upset about because she still has that really artful design to it.
Yes. There's a lot of muscular girls on Webtoon that look very fantastic.
I guess I haven't ran across them yet. So what did you think of I know you like the modeling thing. Do you think it's going to go, my cats decide it's time to
murder?
Yeah, to fight, just being assholes. Of course they do, right? They've been fine all morning. But what did you think of? Do you think they're going to go further? Because they just have her as a hand model right now.
Oh yeah, hand modeling is where you first start out, man. And then it's going to be a full body model soon. Oh my gosh, that's right. The Mascarian style yogurt by the Wayne Industries.
Yes, there's so many good like
and Clark Kent wrote the article for Bruce Wayne hosting FNL.
No, I missed that one.
Yes, I was like, oh my gosh, Clark Kent. His font was pretty big by the name, so it's like, I can't miss that.
So they've had a reference to all 3 in the Trinity. They've got Beast Boy, Bumblebee, Grace Choi, Anissa. Like they're leagues ahead of what we're getting in the main continuity. Like this story is so well done, and like they can slide in between like the chibi and the regular and the different art. I love how they explain like her going to New York and actually being realistic about it, like with the trash, like setting that up, and then it pays off when she's able to get her first. Oh, what did she use? Something that has a really good sense of smell, and I forget what it was. And she was like, "Not the best idea right around here." I don't remember, but it was funny. But she's able to like that's able to pay off, and she goes through this like when she's wearing the amulet, because she wears it all the time after a certain point, and all the animals are drawn to her,
Yeah, I love that so much.
and they're like, or Karen's like, I think you just need some sleep. Like, I think this is before she has done anything like as far as super heroics go, because I think that, I don't know, maybe she would see it as a sign.
Ugh, excuse me, sorry.
But Karen got her powers from my remembrance a long time ago, because they never used the character from in college, correct?
That I do not know.
I'm pretty sure. And then she met Mal through Teen Titans, I want to say. I don't remember. It's been a while. In the the last Bumblebee story I actually read was, do you remember those other history of the DC universe?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you
that was
reviewing them.
that was the last one I read, so it wasn't exactly the best version of her. Not even by far. It wasn't terrible or anything, but it just wasn't the best iteration I've ever seen of Mal and Karen. But anyways, so I think we're gonna end up seeing her get her powers going through this. Does it ever tell? I don't know if it's Webtoons thing that doesn't tell, or if it does, how many chapters it's going to end up being.
Nope, they never say.
I wondered, why do they do that?
I think it's because a lot of them could like end earlier than expected, or they can go longer than expected. I've heard a lot of them would have like creator notes or epilogues when the series finishes, and they would say something like, I never expected it to last this long. This ended shorter than what I thought. Sorry about that, guys. Something like that.
Probably if something gathers a little bit of popularity, they're able to extend it a bit more and keep it going.
Cool, I read up to 7 chapters.
I love it. That's so great. And that's another thing I love about Webtoons, is you're able to, I mean, they're definitely like uh shorter chapters to where you're able to keep caught up. I've read wait. I read the first 6, and I'll probably end up getting the other ones. Like the one says for episode 7, I have to wait like 23 fucking days or something, or 25
yeah, but that's
days.
because that's the later chapters. Like the earlier chapters, like, oh, you can just wait 4 days, and the other one's like 8 days, and the other one's like 12, 20 days, whatever. But like the farther you go, the more you have to wait.
I think it's very smart that stuff like in main continuity, when they release the digital issues, don't allow me to do this, because if I was allowed to do this, I'd be caught up till the end of the year. I swear to God. Like, just especially if they were this good, like Nightwing, I'd have read through the end of the year. Like, my wallet thanks you for not allowing this, because it's addicting, because you can read it so quick and it's so fucking good. I don't know who the creative team is on the Zatanna one. I know Constantine's poised to show up. Of course he is, right? Like kind of go hand in hand a little bit at this point, at least lately. But if the rest of these are this good, this is something that's going to be extremely successful for DC. Right now, they've already got 250,000 people that are, well, what's the little eye thing? Is that subscribed or just watching, or
The eye, that's information. That's info, extra info. So you can see like the creator, the artist.
No, I mean like the eyeball.
Oh. Ignore me.
I think it's
Can you say that question again?
I don't know if you're on the app, but it's got a little eyeball with 225.
Oh, so that means like it's been viewed
Okay.
225,000 times, and then 60,000 are subscribed.
Okay, so it's been out since Friday. This is Sunday when we're recording. So 48 hours, a little shy of 48 hours. And it's already got 60,000 subscribers. Wayne Family Adventures, it took a little bit, but it got to 1 million subscribers.
It took almost a month or something like that.
I think a little bit over a month even. But these are bringing in, I think this is a really good way. Now, we may talk in a minute about YAs because this all kind of leads in together. But do you, as I don't want to say older because you're definitely not older, but I mean like as not a child, do you see this as a good way for the younger generation to get into these characters?
Yeah, I'm even I know of a few friends who are reading, who are like a couple years younger than me, and then there's one that are like 18, 19, and then I have a younger one, 16, 17, something like that. But yeah, this is definitely something in like little kids, like ever since I was 12 or 13 years old, I was reading webtoons. And then I knew a lot of other girls.
It's been around that long? Wait, that sounded like I was calling you old. That's not what I meant by it at all. I just meant Webtoons has been around for more than 12, 13 years.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So, you know, like I definitely have experience with that. I had a lot of friends who were on the whole Webtoon craze as well. So like a lot of them have been starting out younger and younger and all that stuff. I get same thing with like video games. Like I knew girls who were around that age who played dating sim games for girls, you know.
Yeah.
Date one of the guys, have a relationship with the guys. You know, it's getting younger and younger too for that.
Well, they actually announced recently, a couple days ago, that they were doing new YA books. They were Harley Quinn, Lois Lane, and Static Shock. And
yes,
I don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to them. But the way that they've been going have not been. There's been a couple that were relatively good. The Miro one was good. The Oracle one was really good. Oracle Code. The Legacy, the Green Lantern one, that one was phenomenal. There are a couple that are really good. But generally when DC puts out YA content, they go for message above actual being able to sell it and market it. Do you think this is a better way to get children in instead of doing the YA graphic novels? Because I'll read the YA graphic novels. Don't get me wrong. I know they are not made for me, but I would much rather be able to do it on the webtoon format and be able to do it as a weekly thing, even though I totally always, try to read ahead. I think
definitely.
It's a much better format.
Yeah, like, what the heck was I going to say? Like a lot of kids are like, and adults are reading the Wayne Adventures and the Vixen webtoon, and they don't read comics at all, and they will say like, I don't read comics, but this is kind of cool. I love this. And this is like, and the thing is like, webtoon panders a lot. If there's a Heritage Month, Asian, they like put all those Asian creators and say, hey, read their work. Hey, Black History Month, read their work. Hey, Latino History Month, read their work. They advertise a lot. So I think that, like, I also think that's one of DC and Marvel's thing. Like, oh, hey, advertise. Yes. Keep advertising. But then of course whenever you're on the app, they literally pop it out for you. Hey, this is out, read it. And I still keep getting, hey, just so you know, Vixen is out, read it.
But that's what sucks, is they don't advertise enough outside of that platform. Like, it's pretty bad when I usually keep up with, I mean, granted this month has been busy with the trial and everything, but I usually keep up with the majority of news coming out of comics. I found out from my live chat. That shouldn't have been a thing. I should have known because they were advertising the book. I should have known because they did a YouTube video, right? Sometimes they do behind the panel stuff where they have the YouTube videos and talk to the creators and stuff. I should have known because of that. I shouldn't have had to find out from somebody else that accidentally found out. Like,
Well, I
you
think
need
it
to advertise.
depends, because if I'm online a lot without an ad block, I will get like a hey, just so you know, Webtoons is out. Also, I put my personalized ads off on my laptop and on my apps and on my iPhone, which means like whatever I'm like watching, whatever I'm playing, I don't want that stuff, anything similar, advertised to me, because that's just how they know they use my data. But hey, sometimes it can be good because that means they would recommend Vixen everywhere.
Wait, out of curiosity, why did you turn that off?
Because I kept getting recommended dating sims everywhere. It was annoying. I'm like, leave me alone.
Oh my god, that's great. Aw, that's so cute. I was just curious. I don't care about, like, I don't know. I always have ad blocker on YouTube. And then I start to feel bad. I'm like, I'm a creator on YouTube. I shouldn't be blocking people's ads, like taking away their livelihood. So I usually turn it off, but I should have known. And it's not one of those things where I can say it's even my fault. DC should have been pumping this out. Even, I don't know, maybe if you go to their website, it's on there. I haven't checked, but like a simple, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they dropped the ball with making a simple fucking YouTube video about it. Like, they did it for Flashpoint Beyond. They did it for the new Milestone book by Jeffrey Thorne, which was really good. But this is fun. This is upbeat. And it, like, honestly, by the end, I don't know where it's going, right? Exactly. But you're already getting the blueprint of a much more wholesome Vixen animated movie. Like, I would love to see these characters come out on the screen when it comes to like having an actual Vixen movie. You know what I mean?
Not like the one like from the CW.
That's what I mean. An actual wholesome one.
Oh, but she is going to be in the Green Lantern Beware My Power.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she was in the trailer.
See?
I was like, oh my gosh, it's Vixen!
Wait, she was in the first trailer? The first one?
Yeah. That's the one that I got recommended to me when like they're like, oh my gosh, it came out. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I searched it up and I'm like watching it and I'm like, Vixen!
How did I miss that? See, this, okay, so maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's just with the trial being crazy the last month, I haven't had much time to think outside of the scope of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That's sad. That's a little sad.
You said you had a question about the artist? Or you just want to know what the artist of the webtoon is?
Yes.
So apparently she is a first generation Haitian freelance comic artist. I'm on her Instagram and I'm going to share one of her works.
Ooh, let's
Look
see.
at this. So on the right was like the New Warriors, and then she did like a redesign on the left.
That's honestly so much better.
So beautiful. I love that. Apparently it was a thing in 2020. Like there was a artist doing redraws of it. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I want to jump on the bandwagon. I'm like, I didn't know this was a bandwagon.
That looks great.
Okay, I'm ready for my New Warriors now if it looks like this.
What were they thinking? So pretty. Look at the original picture. I forgot how bad it was. Like, that girl is like 17 years old with her boobs down to her belly button.
And funny enough, I actually didn't mind how she looked at all. I'm too tolerant. I'm sorry.
I don't. Yeah, it's bad. I was gonna say I don't hate it, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
You know, when you see somebody,
when you see what it could
better, be. I'm sorry for the original artist.
Woo, that was yeah. I did see a couple people redoing those, and that's probably the best I've seen of the Trailblazer character so far. I've seen some really good ones of Snowflake and Safe Space because they made it all super weird, brother and sister, like cuddling and canoodling. Oh my god, what was Marvel thinking?
You don't cuddle with your. I cuddle with my sister and my brother.
My brother lives far away.
I know. That's why I'm like, wait, let me cut myself off.
Yeah. The writers from California. So they do. So is it? This is a weird question. This is gonna sound really like uncultured, I guess is the best way people put it. So they do hire Americans? I thought this was all outsourced.
What do you mean outsourced?
Like, I thought they were only, I don't know. I thought it was all outsourced, like to different countries.
Yeah, different countries, including America.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know, but she did a great job. Her name is Jasmine Walls.
Walls.
And she likes hot chocolate.
I like hot chocolate, and the writer, no, not the writer, the artist. Gosh dang, I'll just say her name is Miss Azumi. I'm just like, I have so many Haitian friends, so I'm like, but they have normal names like Esther. I can't pronounce Mano
Yeah.
Azumi. She's looking forward to getting kitten. Yay!
That's so cute. But what did you? While I've got you here, what did you think of Wayne Family Adventures? Did you finish it?
Where am I? I'm like waiting because I'm like, I can't be spending all this money. Like, I have 48 coins, and then I spent it on Vixen to go all the way to chapter 7 today, and now I'm at freaking 20 coins.
Wait, what the actual fuck?
And this is why I wait.
No, not you. I just looked at my Wayne Family Adventures, and I thought it was over a long time ago. And
What?
I have like 15 chapters to read. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's great, but yeah.
Oh, I got 2 chapters.
You got 2 chapters. Oh my god, you're so far ahead of me.
And then the rest is like reading ahead. Like, there's 45 chapters out right now. Oh, apparently what's that person Tim Drake is dating currently?
Bernard?
Bernard. Seems like Bernard is going to be in the 41st chapter.
As Tim Drake's love interest or best friend?
I mean, he most likely a love interest, since him and Stephanie are not dating in this one. That's what the comments told me as well. They were like, no, he's dating Bernard in this universe. He's going to come in a few chapters. I'm like, oh, okay.
Giggity. Sorry, had to. I have to catch up. But yeah, this question still stands. What did you think about Wayne Family Adventures?
Oh, I love it.
I love it too.
But I want to read it for free.
I get that.
Oh, but of course there's events.
Yeah.
There's events where you can get free coins. They're like, hey,
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes, please ask me.
I had them pop up yesterday and today. And it said you have to read participating ones in 30 days or something. What do you do? Just like open them up and like scroll to the bottom, or do you have to actually like spend a certain amount of time on it?
So I've been testing this out. You can just scroll to the bottom.
I wondered.
Scroll all the way to the bottom, and then a thing will pop up and be like, hey, you got one. And then you just have to keep going. This is one of the longer ones, though. The other ones are usually like, hey, read 5 chapters of each. And this one's like, nah, I read 10 chapters of each.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, why? Excuse me.
I mean, it's kind of worth it if I get to read ahead. I won't complain.
Yeah, but today was the last day, so unless you're gonna binge, good luck.
Yeah, Wayne Family Adventures has 1 million subscribers and 42.6 million views. Is that big for Webtoon, or is that typical?
Is huge?
Is it? That's awesome. That's freaking awesome, because I don't know. At some point, DC needs to realize that their YA lines should not be. And I like Mariko Tamaki as a writer, but Harley Quinn Breaking Glass, besides the art, was a disgrace. it was just, simply put, a disgrace.
I mean, think about it. Remember that Remarried Empress one that I sent you?
Yeah.
That one has 2.6 million subscribers.
Wow. I actually get that on my YouTube feed now that it must be personalized ad. I get it on my YouTube recommendations, and it was like a trailer for maybe the second half of something. I'm like, no, you're already trying to fucking ruin it for me. Jerks. Trying to give me spoilers and shit already. No, but Isn't that one of the biggest ones though? Like besides maybe Lore Olympus?
Yeah, I should check out Lore Olympus. Yeah, I'll write it if I don't have it. Oh, do I not have it? I thought I did have it. Well, time to search it up.
The only reason I even know that is because when I was doing a sales video, Lore Olympus was beating everything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, this went from a massive webtoon to a massive graphic novel, and it's still selling gangbusters.
There we go. 5.8 million with 1 billion views.
Wow, that is huge.
And I remember I was ringing out a customer who was a history teacher, and she had a Lore Olympus T-shirt, and
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, that's Lore Olympus. I haven't read it yet. I'm reading Plunder World, and it was just like similar but different. She's like, yeah, I'll check it out. We should definitely check out Lore Olympus. I teach it to my kids as a
Oh,
fun way of
wow.
storytelling, and I'm like, wow.
At first, when I checked out Lore Olympus initially, it was very weird, like color mixture palette. I want to say like it wasn't off-putting, but it a lot of times when it comes to these webtoons, what really draws me in, of course I love the writing, but the art is so unique in some of these compared to, you know, what I'm reading on in mainstream comics or even in indie comics. So like to have it be a little off-putting was like, I'll go find something better. Like I definitely think like the Remarried Empress art is much better. Like that is some of the best art I've seen on Webtoons thus far. It's so good.
It's really good.
It really is. I love it. I think this is a honestly kind of getting back to that when I was talking about YAs, but this is the way to do it. This is what DC needs to do with the advertising intact because they definitely need to make sure people know this is out there. But if they want to get that younger readership, and it goes a lot to like the print, the direct market is not what it used to be, but sales also help when they're digital. So if you're looking at something and you're able to go, okay, well we've got a direct market that a lot of it is based off of variant covers or you know an older generation, and we want to incorporate a digital type into our normal selling methods. This is the way to do it. You're getting them hooked right on the digital platform from the beginning. Do they have a way to like take it further and advertise like DC Infinite, like their personal I don't know if they do. I'm looking in the info, but like a way to redirect them, so to speak, when it comes to going on to other books, like recommendations or something like that.
For Webtoon?
Yeah, for like Wayne Family, for anything really, any
Yeah, they
DC
have
book.
if you scroll all the way to the bottom, they give you like recommendations based on like the story you read. It's like, hey, if you like this, maybe you'll like this.
But it's only what's on the Webtoon platform, right?
Yeah, they can only do that.
That's
Like
what
they
I
can't put
wondered.
anything on like Tapas or Leshen or something like that.
I wondered because it would be a good way to advertise other digital platforms like the Infinite, right? Where
Mm.
you can go and you can read a bunch more stories about Vixen, or you can go and you read a bunch more Batman stories. If they were able to incorporate that, they might be able to get a crossover from, I don't know if even Webtoon would allow it, but to get that crossover from DC, you know, on Webtoon to their normal readership. I would be curious if Webtoon would allow that, but I don't think that that's something they probably they don't want it, they want people to stay on their platform, and I get it.
Yeah, I get it too.
I can't believe how far behind I am on this.
I gotta
can't
sneeze
believe
so bad.
Just sneeze. It's okay. You're allowed.
Okay.
Bless you. There we go. All better. Oh, goodness gracious. So what other we kind of talked about Vixen, but what other what's it called? Cameos are you hoping for in that book?
So Clark is name dropped, but I want to see Clark, you
That would be
know.
cool.
We have Themyscira and Yogurt. I want to know how the heck that's that's a thing. Is Diana getting money for the rights? And also, if you knew, Mari, she she was a hand model for Yogurt, and that was the billboard. And that was her hand.
Yeah.
So like she
Maybe
probably
it's
got
going
really
to
good
Artemis.
money.
Maybe it's going to Artemis because she's having her own. She's going to be in that Red Hood Outlaw ones. Is there a way? Do they ever
Ooh.
do crossovers like that?
Sometimes, yeah, as a special event.
That would be fucking cool. Like, honestly, wouldn't it? Okay, so we don't technically know if that Batman Family Adventure one is, the Batman from that one, but it would be very cool to eventually, once they get these ones going, right? Because I don't know. I don't know which one would make more sense, but to have like Artemis, have to take off in the Red Hood one and go over to this one, that would be a really good way for them to advertise the other. And then, like to be continued instead of in Vixen NYC, to be continued in Red Hood Outlaws. Like, that's a really smart way to do it too.
Maybe. Oh, I doubt it, but I want to see Buddy.
Who?
Animal Man.
Animal Man. Oh, okay. I thought so, but I realized that after I said it. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
They've had team ups before.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, well, to do it, whether they would, if they were, should they keep him around the same age as her, or should they do like the usual older 30s?
I would say older, yeah. Just because I always look at it as more like a mentor. You know what I mean? Like,
people in the comment section have been wondering if whether Beast Boy or Batman's going to be a mentor.
I would say Batman. Beast Boy feels very much so her age.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't be a mentor.
That's true.
Since he's been doing it longer.
She thinks of him as this creepy dude that's following her around. I can't wait till they actually like come face to face and able to realize it's so cute, but it's like, I love his design. They kind of made him like, he reminds me of like a femboy kind of like, but in a good way. In a good way. It's really well done. But I would like to see, as far as cameos, I would like to see Cyborg, because he's always, you know what I mean? Like, that dynamic is so good. I know people don't like Teen Titans Go, but fuck it, I love it. Their dynamic is so good in that. It would be the perfect like romance to have in it.
Romance, you say?
Romance.
So like how I've been seeing this is whether every time there's a cameo, it's whether like something animal themed, like Beast Boy or Batman, and then Black, like Karen and Grace Choi's girlfriend's name. I can't. Anissa. Which, of course, if you show Anissa, you have to show Grace Choi. So, like, I'm guessing that's how they're doing a lot of these cameos, which I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining either. I love it. I like Grace Choi a lot, and I like her as a character, and they never, like, I think the last time we seen her was maybe in the Pride Anthology last year, and before that, I can't even tell you when. They never, ever used this character, ever. And when I seen her, I was like, fuck yes, I know, this is one of my favorite new things of the year. Like, this character has been disrespected by DC for so long. It's so nice to see her not only get a fucking awesome design, but get to be the hero of the story. And she's kind of a bitch, but also like, she's kind of like that caring bitch. Yes. And that's kind of what I love about Grace, is she gives no fucks. And I don't know, I thought it was the perfect version of her. It was like something that DC needed to do for a long time, but then I don't want to give them credit for it, because I'm like, I get it, you're doing it now, but you're doing it on a Webtoons platform. Do it also in the main line. But honestly, with how many like views it has, it probably has more views than it would have sales on the direct market. So maybe this is a better way to do it.
I think so.
I love it.
I'm like, give me more titles, please.
Right?
I don't want to get to see Infinite.
I know, we've already got 2 more coming. I'm more looking forward to I don't know, they both sound good. I love Zatanna and I love Jason Todd, so I'm like, yes. Either way, which one are you more looking forward to?
Probably the outlaw one.
Because of Jason Todd or because of Artemis or because of Bizarro?
Artemis.
I know. I figured it was Artemis.
And I'm
love
like, I could
Artemis.
say Zatanna because I don't. The only book that I have that has Zatanna in it is the one by Paul Dini, which is a Black Canary Zatanna team up.
Oh yeah, but you've seen her in Justice League Dark and stuff, right?
That's true. I've also seen her in Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she was in Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Where Diana turns into a pig and then Batman sings for her so she can be reverted back. And it's my favorite episode.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, we're going to wrap up. Is there anything that I missed that you can think of besides check it out because the art is phenomenal and the storytelling?
Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, like, with 6 chapters I've read, I'm going to give it a 9 so far. What about you? We forgot a rating last time.
Oh, snap. What was it? What did we rate last time?
Moon Knight? Moon Knight, yeah.
So to me, this I gotta sneeze again. Okay, I stopped it.
It's allergy
So for
season.
this, no, I'm in my house. A 9.
There, we agree. Yes, I love it. It's
for the
so
Wayne
good.
Adventures, I would give it an 8, mostly because it's all like episodic.
Yes.
Really, and more.
And this is more flowing. Yeah.
This one has
agree.
a storyline.
I think this one's better so far. But Wayne Family Adventures is good. But this is, I don't know. Maybe it's Grace Choi, but I fucking love it.
Oh, one important thing. If you're reading the webtoon and you like the webtoon or you dislike the webtoon, make sure you're giving it a rating. Make sure you're liking all the episodes and make sure you're at least commenting that you like it on the webtoon app because that matters a lot. It's a lot like YouTube. It helps give it traction.
So I always put the hearts. Is that what you mean?
Yes. You click on the heart right on the comment section and give it a rating.
I like how the first comment I see is by somebody that says Google was my idea. Totally makes sense. I'm just like, okay. Oh, that's so funny. So good. All right, guys, we are going to wrap up, but make sure you guys are subscribed to Bianca. Her link will be in the description, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.